Good morning, everybody. I'm guessing you're thinking NBEV, correct? Here, let me unmute this. All right. All right, the volume's working okay. All right. So yeah, I'm watching RNN. RNN looks pretty decent here. If you look at RNN, nice move, gapping up from about 530s to 840. So a pretty significant, huge gap up. What's up, Bill? Good morning, man. And so we got a pretty decent gap up there. And we'll see where that one goes. Keeping an eye on AMD as well. AMD as well. And it's gapping up. I'm guessing the SPY's gapping up with all this action here. We also have NVIDIA to go along with AMD. ACB. So we have one of the cannabis plays, which just had a pretty big red day yesterday. Roku gapping up some. We have SQ gapping up a little bit. NBEV. Let's look at NBRV just to see. Oh, maybe you do mean NBRV. All right, we got CGC. So, yeah, I mean, we got a few stuff to watch today. We got a few things to watch. I don't know why I'm signed out of YouTube. Why does it sign me out here? There we go. That's why. I don't know. What's up, Anthony? Good morning, man. All right. Let's look at some gap downs here too, and then we'll look at some news. We got CNET gapping down, ATAI gapping down some, PULM gapping down, IP, Yang, YAGNG, CODX, WRK. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the volume's a little bit low today. I'm not seeing a ton of volume right now. I do see RNN and AMD and NVIDIA and stuff like that. But as per volume, it's just a little bit low right now. We got Roku too. But most penny, I'm not seeing too many penny stocks. RWLK. Well, RWLK actually looks decent. I didn't see this one earlier. So RWLK looks all right and RNN looks okay. Those are probably the two best volume stocks. I can also look at MTFB, which is okay volume, but not the greatest. AXGT, ELF. And so, yeah, I mean, the rest of them are just kind of low volume gap ups. What's up, Cargo? BMMJ, huh? I mean, it's just not really my style, man, but it has run up nicely for you, so congrats. It's just, I can't even trade it, to be honest. It's OTC, so I can't even trade it. And yeah, honestly, the four main stocks on my watch list today are RNN, RWLK, ROKU, and AMD. Those are the four, biggest stocks. You can also see the SPY, which is the overall market, is up some. It's up to 290s. It went as high as 291, and it's pretty close to that area now. So we'll see what happens with that. We got some ETFs that are kind of moving some here. TVIX is down. UVXY is down. Because of the SPY. NUGT, which I think is a gold stock, right? A gold ETF, I mean. NEM looks alright. LABD. CZR. So yeah, let me know what you guys are watching as well. I mean, the market looks okay. It's just low volume right now. And while we're waiting, let's look up some news for some of this stuff. First things first, let's look up some news for the overall market. Type in SPY here, see what pops up. All right, so U.S. stock futures traded higher this morning after the data on industrial production for March will be released at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in roughly 22 minutes. While the housing market index for April will be released at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 10 a.m. Both of these are a.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dallas Federal Reserve Bank President Robert Kaplan is set to speak in El Paso at 2 p.m. Futures for the Dow are up 67 points to 26,440, while Standard & Poor's 500 index futures gained 6.25 points to 2,915.75. And so everything's up, it looks like, this morning. Oil prices are mixed as Brent crude futures rose 0.1% to trade at 71.26 per barrel. European markets were higher as well today. The Spanish IBEX index falling 0.1%. Stocks Europe 600 index gaining 0.2%. And the German DAX 30 index gained 0.7%. Alright, so we got some breaking news for some of these here. We got Johnson & Johnson, which is J&J. J&J is up some. We got better than expected earnings for J&J. We have PRTO disclosing potential strategic transactions for PRTO. Penny stock gapping up about 2 cents or so. We got CMA dropping first quarter earnings, but it doesn't look that good. We have UNH with better than expected earnings, United Health. And that's about it. We can look at some of these here, specifically RNN, this top stock, and then we can look at RWLK. Both of these look pretty good, with RNN looking a little bit better, I'd say. Alright, so we could look at RNN first. It is up after the company said it granted an exclusive license to privately held BioSense Global. The license is for them to ultimately develop and commercialize one of their biodrugs that are for pancreatic cancer and other cancers in Greater China. They said that they're going to receive a $3 million upfront payment and will be eligible to receive $226 million in milestone payments under the agreement. So pretty good news for RNN. This is an older stock. I can remember trading this one years ago. I mean, this isn't the first time this stock has moved. Yeah, it used to be up to 28s. And this it was up to 85s as well. And so, this is a stock I've traded before, although a long time ago. And so we'll see where this one goes. I'm curious if it's tradable or not. I'll have to check on that in a second. We could also look at RWLK. RWLK here. Alright, so RWLK announced the first personal exoskeleton provided to Cigna beneficiary. And so that's basically the first Cigna insurance beneficiary received a Rewalk Personal 6.0 exoskeleton for use at home in his community. And so interesting there. We'll see where that one goes. Small float. 3.82 million, Mario. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll watch that one for sure. Alright, we can also look at Roku and AMD. I think those are mostly up. Some of those are probably up on the market, but Roku maybe has some... let's see. Gonna watch BPTH again. Not really seeing any news for Roku, but BPTH is another one I forgot to include on my list today, just because it's been super volatile. I think it's like $50, Bill. It's expensive. I wouldn't try to swing trade on TEFs. I think it's more so meant for day trading. Let me post my watch list. I haven't been posting it to Twitter and stuff as much, so let me try to do that. There we go. All right. Get that going here. We can get my Facebook rolling here. All right, guys. Like I said, currently, I made a video about it yesterday. Currently on an 11-day green streak. 11-day green streak. Let's do it. Let's hope it keeps going here. Yeah, man. I mean, Bill, you just got to be careful with holding stuff overnight. It's kind of the similar thing with SureTrader. Like, they'll hit you with fees. And like I said, I like TradeNet. I've been using them for years. But I wouldn't hold stocks overnight. It's just not worth it. It's just too expensive. We got Z-Sand popping up on the list here. Z-Sand. Let's get this rolling here. All right. Oh man. So yeah, guys, let's keep the green streak going today, huh? The biggest thing though is like I don't want to let the green streak affect my trading. I think that I've been taking 400 shares, and that's kind of the share size I want to be at right now. But I'm just selling way too early, and it's negatively affecting my trading. I know I talked about it in a video yesterday, but that's kind of the goal for me today. Is just to hold it to my reward targets. It's really tough when you're on a green streak. When you get a little bit of green, you want to keep it going, but it's time for me to actually hold it to those levels. And so regardless of whether it's a losing trade or not, I need to just hold it to my levels and just let that work. Taking profits way too early, while it keeps my green streak alive, I'm missing out on much bigger gains by doing so. And so that's the thing I need to focus on now. What's up, Butler? RBZ. I think it moved a crazy amount a few days ago, but at this point, I don't know. It might have moved some yesterday. Let me see. Yeah, it moved some yesterday. It's just a little weird. It just seems strange to me. The float must be small, but I know they did an offering recently on this one as well, right? And so, I don't know. Seems a little crazy to me. A little sketchy. Alright, guys. Let me text Mitch. I'm going to see if Mitch is going to be here today. I don't think he is, but he might be. Let me test it out. Yeah, who knows? I don't want to... See if Mitch is gonna be doing see if Mitch is gonna be doing coffee shop trading today, like he's been doing. All right, guys. So yeah, RWLK, RNN look good. We got a few other ones that I haven't really looked at that are now on the scanners. RCKT looks okay. MDR looks alright. KAR, ELF. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are up on very low volume though. And so that's the only thing. The volume's just super low. TS, GH. The volume's just really low with a lot of these, unfortunately. TIGR looks alright. TIGR, PBR, or PGR. But yeah, volume's just low. So I'll probably just stick with what I've been watching the last few days. They've been serving me pretty well. BILI, I might watch that one. UXIN too. So yeah, AMD up, Nvidia up, Roku up, Squarespace is up, CGC, Cron, NBEV, ACB, RNN, as you can see on the top, RWLK, probably the big watches. And then keep an eye on the SPY is probably what I'll end up doing. Also remember, guys, that I created a free Discord, a public Discord, and so you know, the goal of this is to create a to build this Discord up to be a free day trading chat room, and so a completely free day trading chat room. That's the goal for this Discord. And so I'll post the invite here if anybody wants to join our public Discord. Like I said, the goal is to build a free day trading chat up. So there's the link if anybody wants to join it. All right, guys. Let's do this. But yeah, RWOK had pretty good news. Low float. It is gapping up from 330s to 380s, and the volume looks pretty decent relative to everything else right now in the market, really. RNN looks pretty good. RNN up from 530s to 860s, and so pretty much pretty significant gap up there for that one. My cargo, the new Discord that I posted is free. That's the public Discord. It's completely free. I mean, it's just... I'm just going to try to build a free trading chat room. That's the goal, at least. We'll see how it works. Good morning, Chaos. What's up, brother? I see you. I didn't, James. I didn't, man. I'm not much of a basketball fan. It's not that I don't like basketball. I've just never gotten into it. I'm more of like football, baseball, MMA. You know, those are like my three favorite sports. The only basketball I will watch is if when LSU's playing. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Tiny? Good morning. Oh, I gotta post last night's class. What? Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. You see those fights this weekend, man? Max Holloway has a hell of a chin. I'll just say that. Max Holloway has a hell of a chin. But Poirier, man. Poirier did that. And Israel, Israel, he got kind of beat up the first few rounds, but in that fifth round, him versus Kelvin, man. Kelvin's a beast too. But man, crazy fight. That's right. Go Tigers. That's right. Yeah, that was a crazy fight, man. Super entertaining though. That was one of the best fights. Easily the best fight this year. Kelvin versus Israel. Easily the best fight this year. Crazy fight, man. The problem I have is like people are talking up Israel like he's gonna fight Jones, and I just don't think that's. I mean, let's be honest here. Like Jones is like really a heavyweight, and like Israel's a tall dude for middleweight, but like, you know, he's just too small to fight Jones. No offense to Israel, I think Israel's a monster, but he's just too small to fight Jones. Yeah, I bet, man. I don't actually like the ESPN deal, man. I had UFC Fight Pass, and before that, it was on. Then they had the Fox deal, and then they had UFC Fight Pass, and now it's on ESPN. And although I do like the cards on ESPN for like $5 a month, it's just so many different things. I think they need to just end Fight Pass. I think they need to just end Fight Pass. All right, so yeah, we'll watch R. We'll watch RNN. Like I said, this is an old stock. I've traded this one before. This one used to be up to the $28 area this year in the past year. Yeah, man. I honestly think Whitaker's gonna take that though, bro. Like I think Whitaker's got that. I like Whitaker. Whitaker's one of my favorites, man. He's a monster, and I think he's gonna. I think he would have mowed down Kelvin, but I think Kelvin would have given him a little bit of trouble. But I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna take out Israel. Is what I really think. Do you think there's enough information in your courses to pass the challenge on TradeNet? I mean, honestly, brother, like, here's the thing, man. It just depends. Like, there's a very broad answer to that, and I think that most new traders are going to lose, and so I think that most new traders lose, and that's just the truth in trading. That's why 90% of traders fail, because new traders almost always lose their first account or their first few accounts, really, and that's just the truth. Is it possible? I'm sure it probably is. Especially, my main strategy that I teach and I talk about is the VWAP strategies. Those are my favorite, and those are what I really teach. And those have been really hot in the market. Like I said, I'm on an 11-day win streak, but I still think that if they're a new trader, if they're completely new, even if they take all of my courses, it's still going to be hard. Even if they took all of my classes, which I'm just trying to teach new traders. I'm not trying to teach. I'm not claiming to be an expert or a guru or anything like that. I'm just teaching new traders, specifically risk management, because I think that's the big thing. But I think even if they take all of my classes, if they're a brand new trader, it's still going to be really hard, because new traders don't necessarily follow risk management like they should. And I know this from experience. And so it's just kind of a broad answer. I don't know what I'm trading today yet. It just depends on what sets up. mean, I'll probably be watching AMD, SQ, CGC maybe. And so we'll see what those do. In order for me to really get interested in any of these, they have to drop at the open. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm just trying to be honest with people, Anthony. Like, I could say, yeah, if you buy my course, you'll be able to make $5 million in 2 weeks, but that's just not the truth. And I think traders, and specifically new traders, need the truth. They need to hear the truth, which is, and the truth is, almost all new traders are going to lose their first account. Like, are there going to be traders that get really lucky and end up profiting in their first account? Yes, but those are outliers. Those are the exception. Most new traders are going to lose their first account. It's just the truth. And no matter how much you learn from anybody, if it's in a short period of time and it's your first live account, you're probably going to lose it. And that's just the truth. And it might not be a convenient truth. I mean, it might not be what other traders, or it might not be what new traders necessarily want to hear, but sometimes it's not what they want, it's what they need to hear, and that's just the truth. And so that's what we really try to teach, is just risk management. That's all it is. Yeah, that's right, Scrap. That really is kind of it. Like, I know new traders, and I've been in this group, and so I'm not judging anybody for any of it, but I know new traders have all these dreams of jumping into the market and then immediately paying their mortgage with their winners and like showing everybody how much money they're making in the market, and it's just kind of their dream. And I get it, because I had those dreams too when I first started trading. But after you get your first account, you kind of come back down to reality, and you realize this isn't going to be as easy as everybody else said it was. And so it's just kind of like, you got to just go into it expecting to lose, and try to do everything you can. Like, my take on it is that with your first account as a trader, you just want to drag that first account out as long as you can. You just want to drag it out as long as you can. Because what really is going to help you the most is just experience. Just being able to trade with live money and kind of condition your brain to hopefully make the right decisions with that live account is going to do you a ton of good. And so if you can just drag that first account out a few months and just really get some time in, some screen time, then it'll be pretty beneficial for you. The problem is, like, most new traders, they take a few losses and then they say, well, I'm just going to double my sizing to try to win back on those other losses that I did, on those first losses. And then they take a bigger loss. And then they say, well, I'm down so much already, I'm just going to go for it. I'm either going to lose my account today, or I'm just going to make a bunch of money. And then most of the time they end up losing their account. And if they don't lose it on that situation, they'll end up losing it, in a different situation. And their account's gone in like a week. And that happens a lot. It's happened to me a ton when I first started. And it's just kind of how it goes. You got to kind of curb that impulse. RNN is up. I can't remember what the news for RNN is. Let me look. No, maybe I deleted this. Let me pull this back up. Yeah, so RNN is a collaboration agreement, and they're going to receive an undisclosed upfront payment. And so it's in a collaboration agreement for the RX3117. And so we'll see where it goes today. Anthony, you're speaking the truth, man. That's exactly what happens. Absolutely, man. It makes sense why. Like, at a certain point when you're first starting, you get to kind of you have the mentality of, I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna go for it because I've lost so much already today that I'm just gonna go for it in this account. And you got to have the mindset of like, well, even if I'm down a ton, the experience is going to help me. Even if I drag this account out longer, that experience is going to be more beneficial than if I just kind of go for it right now. RNN is up. It's up from 530 to 860, so it's up a decent amount here. Right, it all comes down to people's inability to accept losing days, and I'm the same way. It's really tough, and it just takes conditioning. I sometimes even still get mad when I have red days, depending on the day and depending on how the week has been overall. But people, you in trading, you just got to accept. You have to accept your losing days, and the thing about it though is like when if you keep everything consistent, it's not gonna hurt as much if you keep everything consistent. But if you're all over the place and your losses are bigger than your wins, then it's gonna hurt more. And so your goal as a trader should be to try to keep everything consistent, and that has to do with analyzing range. Keeping a consistent risk relative to the share size you're taking. And if you can keep it as consistent as possible, even your loss is consistent, it won't hurt as much, and it'll be easier to analyze as well. Yeah, scrap. I get it, man. I get it. Been studying for like 6 months. This is my second live week. Only one Green Day, still down 800 overall. I thought that yesterday. Maybe I'll just go all in. I didn't even turn on my computer. Smart. Yeah, for sure, man. And you have that impulse. You have that impulse to do that too. And nobody ever really talks about it, but you do have that impulse. Like once you're down a certain amount, just to go for it. Just to go for it. But again, I think it's more beneficial to drag that out and just get more experience. Just drag that out as long as you can trading with live money and get more experience. I think that's going to help you more in the long run than just kind of going for it on one day will. Yeah, and that's why, paper trading can be helpful. Paper trading is good for like if you paper trading is good for testing strategies and testing your plan and conditioning your plan. It's really good for conditioning that thought process of what's my risk and reward, what's the range, what kind of share size I should take, where should I enter, stuff like that. It's really good at conditioning that thought process for planning. What it's not good for is the emotional aspect of it, because no matter how much you treat a paper account like a real account, deep down inside it's not real. And so it's going to be much harder when it comes time to use real money. And it's something I always talk about is you need to condition your brain to do the right things and to make the right choices. uh, it's you have to condition your brain to make the right choices, and that is an extremely hard thing to do. And because it means you have to kind of sit in the hot seat over and over and over again until you're used to it, and you can make the right decisions after you get used to it. That's right, man. That's why they call your first account market tuition. That's absolutely right. And it's almost good for you to a certain extent when you lose your first account, because it'll kind of reinforce what you need to do in your next account, you know. All right, guys, we got about 6 minutes left. 6 minutes. Let's do it. So, guys, like I said, I'm on an 11-day win streak, but I do not want to let that necessarily affect my trading. And so, honestly, guys, I'm okay if I lose my win streak today, if my win streak ends today, because my goal today is just to simply hold it to my levels. That's my goal. It's not to have a green day. It's just to hold it to my levels. I don't want to take profits until it gets, a decent amount to my levels. Because that's after reviewing the past few weeks, while they've been great, I haven't lost in a trade in 10 or 11 days. but I need to focus on holding it to my levels with the bigger share size that I'm taking. I think that's what I have to do today. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about. Yeah, for sure. It's hard to crush people's dreams in that, like, it's hard to buzz kill your dreams, right? Like most traders, they start trading and they have these dreams of like immediately turning a profit and immediately being able to like withdraw all of this money they made and like show their family that may have been skeptical of them, like, look how much money I made in the market, you were wrong, like that's like every new trader's dream, right? But it almost never happens. And what always happens is they end up losing their first account. They have these doubts in their head, like my wife or my mom or whomever said I was going to lose the account and I did. Now what? And that's why you should explain to your family up front that you will probably lose that account and you should only trade with money that you're okay with losing. Yeah, for sure, man. Thoughts on Robinhood? Robinhood's decent if you want to, like, if you're a new trader and you just want to buy like a few shares. Like you could deposit like $100, $150 in Robinhood, like buy 10 shares of a penny stock and trade that and kind of just get used to it. All right, let's get this ready, guys. Let's get this ready. All right. RWOK been pushing up pretty big here. And we have about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I guess Mitch isn't going to be here today. Yeah, I mean, I've never used First Trade. I've used Webull. Um, I've used Webull, and I like Webull. I like Webull because it allows you to actually trade in pre-market and after hours. And so I actually really like Webull for like swing trading because you can just get out if you need to get out. Robinhood's not bad either, though. Lyft. I just saw Lyft pop up on the scanner, and Lyft is up some. I might watch Lyft today. It faded really nicely yesterday as well. But I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna get ready, and so give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I made it. Whew. All right, bell's ringing. Sorry, Mitch wants me to send him the invite too. Sorry, I had to run and grab something. All right, so let's get AMD ready for the moving average cross that I've been trading every day. Hey, what's up, brother? I got you. I'm going to send you the link. Hold on. All right, so I'm watching a few of this stuff. Roku's spiking up big here. Roku's spiking up pretty big. There we go. So Roku moving up big, AMD moving up pretty big. Lyft up, getting ready for the moving average crossover play. Big spike up on AMD. SPY's actually down some here. What was the ones we were big ones? RNN. RNN dropping. What was the other ones? Cron, CRON. Cron spiking up some. CGC up. AMD pulling back some here. What else we got, guys? RWLK going crazy. RWLK. Wow. Big move. Oh, actually, it pulled up before the open. We'll see where that one goes now. Kind of a fake out for AMD, too. What's up, Tech? What's up, brother? Good morning, man. All right, Roku's spiking up here. I'm not seeing too many fade setups. Maybe SQ. Maybe. It kind of already faded a little bit, but I'll watch SQ. I mean, it all depends on what the move is. Oh, I'm banging my knee here. It all depends on what the move is, Jordan. You know, it's kind of a broad question too. I don't. It depends on what you're holding. You know, every strategy has its own plan. For the most part, it should have its own plan on where to take profits, where's your risk, stuff like that. PRPO with a big push. Wow, look at PRPO. Yeah, PRPO running up big here, guys. So if you like these penny plays, PRPO's huge run. Crazy run. Roku pull it back. So I'm just being patient here. Did we get Mitch in here yet? Yeah, there he goes. There you go. Coffee shop Mitch. Hold on. Mitch is getting to the point where he knows I can see him when he first turns on his computer. He just gave me a peace on. Yo, what's up, bro? Hold on. Hold on, brother. There we go. What'd you say?
Looking at BPTH here.
Okay. I'm kind of looking at AMD and SQ here. SQ, I could use a risk. Let's find one. Probably 91 or so is my risk for SQ. Pretty tight overall. AMD just squeezed back a little bit. Maybe 90. Roku pulling back to the VWAP here. You said BPTH? Ah, man, look at BPTH. Where's the risk is the only thing about that one. It'd have to be at the high of the day.
2010. Trying to get in here at 90s.
I don't hate that one. ACB faked out the fade.
I'm not going to use my fill. It's been sitting there. It's sitting there at the VWAP. I wanted to get in this one.
My VWAP's at 97. Where's yours at?
88, 90.
Oh.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. No fill there. I had the order just sitting there the whole time.
At this point, I'm looking at SQ. If SQ can get up to 74.80, I can use that 74.90 level as risk for about 10 cents.
Definitely disappointing though.
73s. A little spready for SQ. A little spready.
Oof.
Yeah, there goes AMD too. Roku back up there too. Yeah, man, you saw me. You knew I was looking at you today because you gave me the peace sign. Oh, man, look at that drop. Look at that drop at SQ. It just never got up there, but, man, this is what I was trying to take advantage of. It just never got up there. And, honestly, the volume dropped so quickly with this one that the VWAP's just not at a reasonable price for a fade anymore. I'm just saying, man, the fades have just been killing it lately in this market, bro. I watch AMD. If AMD can get up to 69.
I feel like I missed the entry on ECV there at 55s. But then 55 off the 60.
Yeah, I'm going to take the moving average crossover play off. It didn't happen. And so I'm just going to wait. Yeah, look at Roku too. Alright, so I don't mind this one from 69 up to 77. That is 8 cents. And then from 69 down to 50. That is 18 cents. Look at Roku's VWAP projection too, man. I'm telling you, those have been super in play. Just rejections and fades in general. That's what I went over yesterday in class because they've just been working almost every day. RBZ. A lot of people talking about RBZ now. RBZ pushing JD. I like JD too. JD is one I've traded before. Roku. Yeah, Roku looked good as well.
Looking at Snap. Snap come back.
While we have a minute, guys, go check out our free member Discord. We're trying to build up a free day trading chat, and that's kind of our goal is to build a free day trading chat for everybody to check out. And so I'll post that link here if anybody wants to be a part of our free day trading chat on Discord. There's the link. While we got some time. All right, looking at AMD, looking at SQ, looking at Roku. Pretty good risk reward if it can get up to 68 for AMD.
Snap here for an entry.
Yeah, Snap is up there. catch it?
It's had my order out at the high 73. Had it out there.
I'm looking at SQ as well. If it can get up to 67, 66, I'll take it too, with a risk of 78 or so. 12 cents. Look at CGC go. CGC breaking out. What'd you say?
That's not trying to kill me today.
Yeah, it happens, bro. You gotta use those markets. That's what I do. Because limits are gonna be within 3 cents.
I mean, if you put it out beforehand, it doesn't have to be within 3 cents. That's the key. That's what I do.
All right, we got SQ pushing up here. I might consider SQ. It's SQ or AMD both. They both look okay.
Look at that fade on PPTH. This makes me want to just.
Yeah, I see it. All right, we're up to 65s. I need to get up to 65s with the SQ. Or 60s. All right, I'm in with 250 shares of SQ. Squeezing up pretty quick. My risk is... What was my risk? All right, I like that rejection, but I got to be really careful here. My risk was 77 or so. All right, let's see. Like I said, the goal with this one is to hold it to my levels. So no matter what happens here, I'm holding it to my levels. Even if it turns into a losing trade, I'm going to use that 74.80 level as my risk now. 74.80. Maybe I should have taken AMD too. Look at AMD. That was pretty too, man. Alright, we're down to 64s. Like I said, I'm holding it to my levels. I'm not going to take any until it gets down to like 50 at least. And then I'm just going to take half off there. So I'm going to let this work till 50s. There we go. Boom. Half off. Still holding. Alright, now I got 100 left. Just going to let this last little bit work. Beautiful follow through. That's exactly where I wanted to take profits too, so a little bit better here. Gonna let the rest work now. $42s, $39s, beautiful. I'm gonna take this last little 50 off and then let the rest work. There we go. Held it to my levels for the most part, finally. Yeah, SQ is pretty, man. Super happy to catch that one. Just gonna let it work now. It's super volatile right now too. This thing's squeezing up and down super quick. So hopefully it can just... Gonna see if it can hold under 50 on the bid specifically. Gotta be careful though when a stock squeezes up and down this much. Alright, I got out at 50, so that's a $47 gain. I'll take it. I could consider adding back if it gets up to 64 too. But a little bit better today. Got a $47 gain this time. Roughly $50 gain. That's definitely acceptable with 250 shares. And so, yeah, I'll take it. That's roughly a 20-cent gain. So I held it to the right levels this time. But just a quick, beautiful follow through for Roku and SQ. Those have been working really well. Look at yeah, Roku, huge follow through, exactly up to the VWAP too. BPTH is back there, and so is Snap too. Hey, welcome, James. Welcome, brother. Savages over there, Mitch. Savages, bro. Savages, bro. Yeah, I know. I got out a little earlier, and I did the same thing I did yesterday. I mean, here's the thing. I did it a little bit better, and so I held on to my initial share size. The thing I didn't do right today, though, is I didn't hold that last little bit as long as I should have. And so I got roughly a $50 gain on the day. I'll take it, but that's the one thing I did wrong today. And so that's just something I'm going to have to slowly work on as the week progresses. You know, definitely did better than yesterday with it, but slowly got to work on that as the week progresses. And I mean, I'm not too upset because, I mean, I made 20 cents a share, so I wrote it down that much. And so I'll take it, you know. It definitely broke down beautifully for me, though. After that, I should have held, but it is what it is.
HTZ here. HTZ.
HTZ, man, I haven't heard from that thing in a while. Why not trade small cap stocks? It's more profitable. I mean, I honestly think that's just some. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, this is my 12th green day in a row. I've had 12 green days in a row, and so they may be more profitable. Huh?
I think that's my third stock that I've been having to roll out.
HTZ. It just, the ones you're watching, they're just not quite getting to the VWAP though. Like BPTH did the same thing to you. It never really got there.
Just getting killed.
You're breaking up a little bit. Look at Roku, Mitch. I kind of like Roku here. I can barely hear you though, brother. AMD. AMD, the only reason I don't like this one as much now is because it kind of stair-stepped up here. Like it pulled this number. I like it a lot more when it's just a kind of a quick pullback like this. Like if you look at SQ, it's just kind of a quick bounce back and then pull back down. When it stair-steps up there, it's a little bit stronger because it's putting in higher lows. And so I don't trust it as much. Look at Roku, Mitch, if you can hear me. Roku right up to the VWAP. Nice tight risk above. I mean, I don't know, Zimmy. Here's the thing, brother. Like, this is honestly how I feel about it, and I'm not necessarily against small cap trading. I think it works. It's like a scalping strategy. I think that small caps are the ones that are advertised to traders more. I think gurus tend to advertise small cap trading, penny stock trading, to new traders more often. And I think the reason they do that is because you have these stocks that'll kind of go crazy and they'll go up like 2,000% and stuff like that. But it's just a lot of risk for new traders to really take, and new traders. That's why a lot of new traders lose as well, is because they're attempting to learn how to trade the wrong stocks. I'm not saying you can't make money with penny stocks. I just think it's much more risky, and I think that it's not the right way to learn, at least for traders. I think it's what the gurus always advertise because they have these crazy gains, and it's easy to advertise those crazy gains. But I think that I think traders should learn to trade more stable stocks. You know, there goes Roku. SQ, I don't know, man. I've already traded SQ and made my money with it. It could wash out, but
Got started here on Snap. Looking
yeah.
to add here.
Let me guess. Your risk is at 78, 77.
There you go. 77 right there, right above it.
Yeah.
I'm
Great
trying to
minds.
add here at like 74, 75.
Great minds think alike. If anybody saw my class yesterday, it's the same level that I talked about.
All right, look to add into this bounce at 73, 74.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you up here.
We're gonna take a little risk here. See if we can get up there.
2,000 shares?
If I can get in.
Uh-uh.
If I can get in at the right price.
Savages, bro. Savages. SPY dropping too. I'm probably not gonna buy Roku. Yeah, I mean, I found higher price stocks easier to read as well. It's kind of there's two different kind of takes you can have with higher priced stocks. The thing about it though is like more algorithmic traders are going to be trading higher price stocks because it's hard to predict when certain penny stocks are going to go crazy. And so you do have to compete with the computers if you do trade higher price stocks. But overall, higher price stocks are more stable, easier to read, easier to get to know. Like when you trade higher price stocks like me, you really get to know those stocks. You understand those stocks, at least what they're doing short term. And so it makes it easier to trade for me at least, but everybody's different. Probably not BIP. It just depends. For most penny stocks, you're not going to be able to trade. I would say most stocks under like $5, you're not going to be able to trade. There's certain ones under 10 you can. Like you could trade Cron, ACB. You could trade basically all the cannabis plays. And there's a few other ones. It just depends.
Gotta be careful. I don't like that candle right there. Not my favorite candle to see on a short play.
Yeah. Don't stress though. You got some resistance above. You got that 75 resistance and then 77, or and so I think that'll hold.
Yeah, I just
some.
had to cancel my ad.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but I don't think it looks terrible. Yeah, Uber does come Thursday. IPO. Curious to see where that's going.
Just like Lyft.
Yeah. What happened? Oh, I predicted Lyft too, man. I even said I remember talking about it.
The same for Uber. They're gonna start at too high of a pricing. Reason being, they always expect people to like long-term investors to go crazy, just kind of super invest in the stock.
I mean, they might learn from Lyft. Like even Lyft. I thought their $72 price was too high.
Yeah.
I thought that was too high, and then they ended up opening at like 87 or something crazy, and it was just it made no sense. They're not even profitable yet.
All right, that's what I was worried about. Look at that squeeze. I'm out.
Yeah, no stress. I think you got out. I mean,
No, that's a squeeze. I can tell.
People are gonna
I've
start
traded long
jumping out.
enough. I've traded long enough to know that that's a squeeze. I already didn't like it here. That candle already made me wary. Then volume jumping in. Goodbye. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm liking this AMAT trade. It's looking good. Better and better to get long on. But I want it at 50s. I want it to pull back for a long looking at AMAT.
Yeah, I think
can get that nice lift. Yeah, if you see MU and AMD, they reversed. They both reversed.
Yeah. Hey, I called AMD. Somebody asked me what I thought about AMD, and I told them, I was like, it's stair-stepped up there. When you see it stair-step, you got to be weary. Like, I with fades, what works the best is just a quick pullback, like a quick bounce. Because, and then a immediate wash back down.
I agree.
When you see stair steps, it's just not as reliable. Or maybe AMD has the moving average crossover play. Oh, it did have the crossover. See, I missed it. There was the crossover right there. Would have worked.
Yeah, I like this AMAT trade. The only question is, what would be the right risk and reward? And that's why I haven't gotten in it. Even though the pattern looks so enticing, if you don't know your risk to reward, then you shouldn't be taking a trade because you're killing your mathematical advantage.
ATVI. Yeah, we're getting a lot of squeezes up here, and a lot of it's due to the SPY. Like, if you look at the SPY here, we're getting some squeezes up. And the SPY might fade, and so some of these might come back down, but as for now, we're getting some squeezes up. The only one that still looks halfway decent is SQ, and only because it has a lot of resistance above it. And so we'll see what happens with it. ATVI. Yeah, ATVI is right there at the VWAP. So you can also use like this 34 level as your risk, maybe 40. I don't hate that risk level.
I'm gonna be watching, see if BPTH can get back to the 1989 or 90 area. I need to bounce back or maybe risk off that area so that I can short this stock.
Right. Yeah, there goes ATVI Activision. It's up there, Mitch. If you're looking for a fade, brother. Well, we got a break though. If anybody's interested in actually using the
Fade
same broker,
off support, not my favorite. If it breaks support, then it looks a lot more enticing. If it broke 45, then I would be like, yeah, let's nail this one. But since it's right off the support, 45.10, do you really want to be fighting the daily support?
I think I somewhat agree with you in the fact that it's pretty extended on the downside already too, and like the VWAP is pretty low. Like that's the big thing. Is like the VWAP's low. If the VWAP is a little bit higher and I could use that 45-50 area as risk, I would consider that.
It's to me, it's a stock that's bouncing off of support. It's a fake out. On the 1 minute, it looks like a short pattern, but on the daily, it looks like a time to buy.
Right.
And so when I see that on the daily, when I see time to buy on the daily, but then the 1 minute is showing me to short, and it's not that big of a range really. If this stock was going down like $3, then I'd be like, all right, well, something really hit it. It's just doing a pullback and should get some strength here at the 45.10s. As you see the volume stack in at 45.10, that's the level that I saw on the daily chart that it could hold. Now, if this stock was below, like I told you guys on the daily chart, if this stock was below 45, I completely agree with shorting this stock.
Yeah, I
You
think.
gotta know your daily charts, and you
Yeah,
gotta
for
know.
sure.
Sometimes, it's like I talk about it. You know the micro, but if you don't know the macro of the stock, you can really get yourself in a world of hurt shorting a stock that shouldn't be shorted.
For sure. A good way to look at it as well is how many red days has it had in a row, and Activision's had 4 red
Look
days
at
in a
eight
row.
Matt. Did I not feel this was gonna do a breakout? Look at that.
Yep, there it goes.
There it
CGC.
goes. Right through. Right to that 44 mark.
Yeah, CGC maybe
I'm
would be what
telling you,
bouncing.
today's one of those days where I call everything out. Just can't get in it.
Yeah, man, those have been happening. I've had those in the last few days too.
Was dead on BPTH.
Should I sell PRPO? I mean, I'm not really the one to tell you about penny stocks. I'm just not the guy. I don't think I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother. And so, got in at 50, got at 30. Yeah, I mean, I would, but it's all up to you, man. I don't know where it's gonna go. It might continue pushing up. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother.
What is he looking at?
PRPO, penny stock.
And he got in at 30s.
Yeah.
I would hold to a 48 stop out right now. If not, this could end up at $1. There's nothing wrong if you've taken some profit to hold into that support, which is at 48 cents. These are the kind of trades that if you got yourself in a risk-free situation where you've already taken some profit, you can let this trade work. Set a stop at that 48 or maybe even the 47 and just kind of relax, hands off the trade, see if this breaks out through that 60 and makes a move towards that 90 cents or $1 move. Then I would definitely take some profit near that 90 cents or $1 area. That's just my advice for this kind of stock.
No, for sure. I definitely see that because that 48 level is the pre-market high. It's also that low. And so that makes sense for sure. Yeah, man. So, hi there said, what's the better indicator, the VWAP or the RSI? I like the VWAP better, but I think they do two different things, and so I think they do two different things. All right, so while we got a break here, if anybody's interested in actually using the same broker that Mitch and I use on a daily basis, go check out TradeNet. They're currently on sale. Their base package, the intro package, is currently on sale for $3.99. And like I was talking about earlier, guys, I think most new traders are ultimately going to lose their first account. I think that's just the truth. It might not be a convenient truth for most people, but I think most traders are going to lose their first account, not necessarily on TradeNet, but in any trading broker. I think it's really tough, and they don't understand risk management to a certain extent. I think using a TradeNet package, though, a lot of times people end up paying, depositing $2,000 into a SureTrader account, and I think that TradeNet gives you a little bit more risk-free option, a little bit less risk in that, because you can pay $3.99 for the base package. With that, you get $14,000 in buying power to trade with. You get $14K to trade with, so you get to trade with $14,000. There's a $700 max loss, and so if you do go under $13,300, they close your account down. And it's kind of like a prop firm. There's a 70-30 split, so you keep 70%, they keep 30%. The cool thing, though, is that if you use small sizing, commissions are pretty cheap. They're equal out to about 0.006 cents per share, and then roughly 0.0075 per share after routing fees. And so really it's like $4 for a round trip if you use less than 300 shares. And so that's pretty cheap, and it allows new traders to take the time to learn how to trade the market. And I think that's huge. I think it's one of the biggest benefits of TradeNet, and I think that's one of the things that makes it. That's one of the reasons why it makes sense. A lot of people hate on TradeNet, but I would rather pay $3.99 for the intro package and actually trade with decent buying power than deposit $2,000 into SureTrader and lose that. Because ultimately, if I lose my TradeNet account, I'm losing $400. If I lose SureTrader, I'm losing thousands if I have to deposit that much. And so I think it's a good, cheap option for new traders to take the time to learn how to trade.
Taking a quick trade here. Might get a quick stop out, but taking a trade here on SGMO.
And so if anybody's interested, I'm posting that link here if you want to check it out. Like I said, they're currently on sale for $3.99, and the original price is $500. But like I said, it's on sale. If you go through my link, there's also no PDT rule. Yeah, Matt, there's no PDT rule, and so you can trade as much as you want. And this is their base platform. So their base platform isn't bad. This is actually what you see Mitch trading with here, is their base platform. And so it's a pretty high-level platform as well. Yeah, but like I said, no PDT rule. You can trade as much as you want. Hey, appreciate it, Ashton. Okay, so hey, yeah, brother, if you went through my link, man, you can I'll send you the invite to our classes, brother. You're in SGMO, let me look. Yeah, are you short?
Yep.
Okay.
I have an ad out at 25. Risk would be 29. Man, had a long day at work yesterday. Came in at 2 a.m. and left at 5 p.m. Oof.
But I figure that Omar. I figure that it's because I have pre-market data on my charts and Mitch doesn't, and so that's gonna make the VWAP be at certain levels. But like I said, I like where my VWAP is. I think my VWAP is at a good level.
It's just that Thinkorswim lag.
Don't hate on Thinkorswim, bro. Don't hate on Thinkorswim. Whatever it is, that VWAP has gotten me 12 green days in a row. So I'm just sticking with it. I'm not going to betray that VWAP now. I'm not going to turn against it now.
Don't betray it, bro. Don't betray it.
That would be rude,
Yeah, man. I wouldn't want you to be rude now, bro.
The top 20 list on Mitch's screen is, or on my screen is Tefs and TradeNet.
Yeah, I use that one every now and then, take a look at it, see what's moving.
Mm-hmm.
What I really like on Tefs is just the watch list, because I mean, essentially, you should be trading off your watch list.
Right, for sure.
You should get to an ability to where you kind of know what you're going to trade before the day starts, so that you're just looking for your strategy versus looking at kind of understanding catalysts, fundamentals, anything like that while you're actually trading.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that I basically trade. I'll watch almost the same stocks every day, and it may be boring, and other people might be watching penny stocks, following gurus and stuff like
Oh,
that.
look at that one.
There you go.
There you go. Let's look for some ads here. Ads would be at 23 at our pricing now. That we can't get it at 25. We're willing to get it in at 23.
But no, I've noticed mostly about myself that I'm mostly watching AMD, uh, CGC, Cron, most of the cannabis stocks, and then I'll watch SQ, Roku, Nvidia, and then maybe whatever else is moving during that day. Right, for sure. Me too. Charts. We were talking about it earlier. They just are more stable for me. Where's your ad level? 23.
23 at our pricing.
Right, for sure, Todd. It's hard, man, and it's hard to be consistent if the stocks you're trading aren't. And I mean, I think there's percentage gains to be made with penny stocks, but I think it's almost solely a scalping strategy. And I think the people that try to like swing trade these crazy penny stocks, unless they're shorting them, I kind of am for shorting these crazy penny stocks because they mostly come back down, and so that's an exception. But I think people that are trying to long and hold those things are just playing with fire.
Been right by that area to add. I kind of canceled and I can't put it back. That's the problem with TEF's limits. You cancel for a second, you're usually not going to be able to put it back. So now I gotta either mark it in or go above.
I mean, the spread's 3 cents. It's just about whether that spread is reasonable for you. 3 cent spread, 2 cent spread. Not bad here. It's a 2 cent
I
spread.
definitely don't want to get a lower than average entry. So average right now is 1232, 2032. So don't want to get below that. I'm willing to get in above that.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I had to mute Mitch. Somebody's yelling. Made 40 yesterday on FCSC and 10 on PRPO today. Not a lot, but it's encouraging to listen to you guys. Thanks for the streaming. Yeah, for sure, observation, man. We just try to be honest with people, man. That's our goal. Like, we're just trying to be real with people about trading. Like we get haters because people like trading's a very emotional thing. Like yesterday, we had a guy tell me that I always lose and that every time he's here, I'm losing. But it was kind of easy to tell him like, hey, look, I'm 12 days green, and then he questioned me actually being 12 days green. And the great thing about streaming every day is that if somebody questions you, I can just tell them to go back and watch the recording. It's all streamed live. Like, I can't hide it. Everything is streamed live. There's no faking it. If I lose, people see me lose, and I can't hide from it. Yeah, I kind of agree with Todd. Todd said if SGMO breaks 1172, you'll have some big green, Mitch. I kind of agree with him as well. Yep. Yep. Oh, wait, my bad, Mitch. My bad. I forgot to unmute you, brother. Here, say that again. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Um, yeah, that should have got my ad there at 12:23s. Had the order out. It went straight to it. Just canceled it right before. That's why I always recommend that you leave your order out, understand your risk, and if you're okay with that risk and reward, then you just leave your order out. You get filled, you get filled.
Right, for sure. It went right up to that 1223 level.
Yep.
But yeah, everybody does lose, and that's the big thing. Like, I've always said it before, the state of the trading world, right, with gurus and gurus posting never ending green days, but they're not actually like streaming and they're cherry picking their winning trades and just uploading their winning. There you go. That's the state of the trading world, and so that's what people think trading is. People think trading is going months without losing, and that's just not the truth. You know, like I've gone 12 days without losing, and that is an extremely long time, in my opinion, to go without losing. And so most of my weeks and days are not like this, and that's the problem, is that new traders watch all these gurus and they think you always have to win, and if you don't win every day, then you're a failure, and that's not true. Some of the gurus aren't bad about it. Like I know Ross from Warrior Trading, he's real about it, it seems.
I'm looking to take profit at 12:10, and this breaks down to 12:10. We'll take some profit.
Yep. I think the big level really right now is that 1215 level. I think that's the level it might battle. Here you go. It might break here.
I think it'll break the 15. I think it's just a matter of the 10 bouncing.
Right. Well, it depends on the strategy, Todd. It really depends. Some strategies are going to use better risk and reward than others. Like the opening range is a 1-to-1. So it depends. It depends on how accurate your strategy is. If your strategy is super accurate, then you might not need as good of risk and reward. If your strategy isn't so accurate, then you need better risk and reward, and so it all depends. Even if you don't make money every day, you're helping others. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's kind of what I try to do. That's what Mitch and I both try to do, is just help new traders.
We
There's
tried a little
14s.
probe order. A little probe order there. It might have worked.
There's 14s, 12s.
There you go.
There
We
you
got
go.
the order out to cover here in the 12:10s. Order is out. See if we get filled here. Let's move.
It tapped it.
Yep.
Did you get filled? No.
No, not yet.
Let's get that lower of the day crack. Get some volume come in for you. Just it could. That is a support level, and so
I'll take those 12:11s.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't
That's
want to
the
pressure you.
test trade. That's the
I know.
test trade. That's all that is.
I
It,
just know.
normally, on probably any other broker, you'd get filled there at 12:10 when it broke the 12:10 on the bid, but that's fine. I'll just take a little bit off there, $61 off there, and now let the rest of it work or add it back at 12:20.
Uh oh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to pressure you either way. I just know that's a big support level too, and like if it bounces, it's
Yeah, I
gonna
got
bounce
no
better.
problem with 1 cent. One
Yeah.
cent difference. But you guys see how I approach it. I have the limit order out, then I cancel and mark it out. That's how you do it.
Right.
remember to cancel first because you don't want to get out your whole position in 2 seconds.
Right. I've done that before.
Yeah, the double order thing. The
Yep.
double order thing can really get you.
Oh, I did it the other day, man, where I accidentally covered my whole position when I was trying. When I don't know if it was the double order, but I think I accidentally clicked the whole P button on Tefts, and my whole position exited, and then it just washed out for me. It just followed through extremely well. Most frustrating thing ever because I wanted to stay in it.
Yep, that's how it goes. All right, so now
Um,
the real key is just this trend line. It can even come back to the trend line, but we wanted to hold our position from now on. We could hold maybe 1 cent above to that 24 so that we're at a good spot in the bounce if we do get a bounce. But we're going to let this trade work and try to make our profit for the day.
yeah, so we have our classes are we have roughly three, approximately three live classes every week, and so depending on our schedule, we try to do three. Sometimes we only get two, but we try to do 2 to 3 live classes every single week, and those are live classes where they're we're actually there walking through everything. But then if you sign up, you also get our library of classes as well, which is over 50. So we do have 50 plus hours of content in classes in our library as well. If you want to check it out, yeah, just go check out the link above. Here, I'll.
Man, that AMAT trade didn't look back, man.
Yeah. There's the link
Time to
to.
let this trade work, man. This is when you got to kind of distract yourself because there's no point in me focusing right now. What I'm trying to do is let the trade work, not work myself, work my mind, work my mental capital. I need to
Right.
let the trade do the work. Man.
Yes, sir.
Next targets will be $12, and then we'll look to add back all the shares that we took. Order out to cover 300 shares at 1201, 1201. I think we're going to get a nice hard bounce here up to the 20s.
Yeah, the spot washed out really nicely too. I think that dragged some of these down too. Yeah, so you could try twice for the intro package. Yeah. So what happens? Um, yeah. So we the live classes every night are at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Most of the time, they're at 8 p.m. Sometimes they're at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we also post the replay within a day. So the replay is usually posted that night. Sometimes it's posted the next day. I still gotta upload the replay from yesterday. But yeah, it's mostly we do have replays, and if you do miss them as well. But yeah, FN, you can sign up to the intro package on TradeNet twice. So you can use the intro package twice. After that, I think they make you move up to a student. 1172 price action on the daily.
They're getting some pressure here.
Yeah, just to show you guys what Todd is talking about. This is the level he's talking about right here. And so if you get a breakdown, you can see the entire gap fill right here, all of this area to fill. And that's what Todd's talking about. So you should get a breakdown if it does break under that. That's what he's showing people, or that's what he's talking about. So the $500 challenge, the I think it's called the TradeNet Demo Challenge. Uh,
All right, trying to cover a little bit down here. So if I can get a bounce, I can add into it. I have an order out at 12:02.
Sorry, guys. I didn't know whether Peter was coming in here. Robin Peter was coming in here, being like, "You could never make money without the help of Sir Robert Baratheon,
No, never,
the
never.
greatest trader ever." He's made me. And they always, like I say, they always make it very specific. They always make it very specific, so it sounds real. It's like he made me $5,672.35 last week.
No way.
It's and it's like without the help of him, kind sir, you know. And it's just kind of like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Does that actually work for people? Like, does that really work? With the help of his email is Bob at.
All right, guys. Covered 300 shares there at 12:04. 12:04, expecting a bounce, and I'm going to add those shares right back. I have 200 shares left. Now have $118 on the trade. Not looking good. Not looking bad. $60 loss, and now $118 realized. I'm sitting at 155. Gonna let this trade work now.
Looks good, brother.
Yeah, just saw that action on that topping of 28.28. I looked back at the 15-minute chart, and this is what really made me attack this chart. If you look at the 15-minute chart, you're going to see consistent downtrend that keeps coming to this area and rejecting off of this area. Once I saw those completely reject, I seen down 1, up 1, down 2, up 2, down 3, up 3. If it doesn't break this resistance, I knew that it was either going to break out through 1240s or reject hard there at 1230s. It rejected hard there at 1230s. Now, if we get below 12s, we could really break this thing down, and I can get a really nice reward. If it bounces at any point, I'm going to be looking to add my shares back that I've already made my money, use some house money, and try to put some risk on this.
Yes, sir.
So now that we've taken a good amount, now it's no worry if it comes back to the VWAP at 1220. 1220 is what we'll be looking to take a nice big add right back in there. I don't mind if I even go as big as 800 shares right back in there.
Right here, I'm going to pull you down for a second, because while I'm waiting, I'm going to start editing my video. I'm going to upload while I'm hanging out here. Possible triangle in PRPO.
PBR breakout.
Savages over there. Yeah, PBR's running. Sorry, guys, here. Let me get this out the way. There we go. Now I can edit this like I want to.
Look at that breakout on ACB. Phew, that thing's about to tap, although.
Yep. That was a beautiful one, man. Pretty one.
Had that feeling today with that pullback that happened yesterday and went right to the support on the daily. That's usually when they either like to hard bounce or break through support. And that's what you look through as a shorter. You're looking for the breakthrough of the support on the daily. It's called a multi-day breakdown support strategy. One of the strategies we talk about in our courses, and definitely a strategy that works because it's a multi-day pattern that not only short-term traders are looking at, long-term traders are looking at it also.
Yep.
All right, gotta expect the last bounce here, the last bounce of this stock. So it's kind of what we call the last hoorah. We want to see it fill, but only filling as it breaks through on the ask, and sellers are hitting their orders. That's what you want to see. You want to see low volume down here at 1208, and then high volume back at the VWAP.
It happens, brother. It happens, Eric. Like I said earlier, though, guys, if anybody's interested in using the same broker that Mitch and I are using, this is the platform for TEFs, which is TradeNet's partnering broker. This is the platform you can see on the screen now that Mitch is trading with. And so if anybody's actually interested in using that broker, you know, there's a lot of benefits to it. It's just cheaper compared to depositing thousands into a SureTrader account or anything else, another overseas broker. And so with their base package, it's currently on sale right now for $3.99. And with that, with the intro package, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you get 14K, you get a decent sized account to trade with. There's a $700 max loss, and so if you go under 13,300, they close your account down, and there's no PDT rule, and so you can trade as much as you want. It's like a prop firm. You know, you pay for a package, it's not a deposit, and you get a certain amount of buying power, a certain max loss, and then there's a profit split. In the intro package case, it's 70-30, so you keep 70% of your profits and they keep 30%. And so it's not a bad deal. And like I said, I think most new traders are going to lose their first account. That's just the truth in trading. But with TradeNet and TEFs, you get a cheaper option to really kind of trade with small size and get some experience in the market with a live account, with a real money account. And I think that's the benefit of using TEFs and TradeNet, and it makes sense. And so if anybody's interested in signing up, you not only do you get that funded account program, but you get the TradeNet trading course. You get a month of their trading chat room, and you also get a month of our classes as well. You know, all of that included in the package. And so if you do sign up through my link, if you go through my link, let me know, and I'll send you the stuff for joining our classes. And I'll post that link here as well. Like I said, no PDT rule. You can trade as much as you want. 14K funded account on with the intro package, $700 max loss, and so it's pretty decent if you think about it. Let me know if you have any questions, but like I said, if you go through my link, it's currently on sale for $3.99.
Yep, Mr. Church, you know it best, brother. You know that volume right there at the low of the day. If it breaks, I could pretty much hold on to this one all day long.
The monthly platform fee on TEFs, Greg, is $15 a month. I'm pretty sure it's open to Canadians, but it's best to reach out to them and ask them, Sid. And so if you go, you can reach out. Yeah, man. If you go through my link, you can reach out to them and ask them. But I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can.
Man, I need a donut for this trade. About to buy
I know,
a donut.
bro. Bro, go get you a donut, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I won't judge you, bro. Go get you a donut, man.
You know what? Krispy Kreme it is.
I wish we had Krispy Kreme by here, man. I grew up in Louisiana. Krispy Kreme is like the place to be, and we don't have any within like a 30-mile radius of me.
Mr. Charts, Mr. Charts, you can't be scared, man. One of the key things I think of trading is understanding that, hey, there's going to be days where you're going to want to hate your abilities. You're going to be like, oh, I got none. I got no skills. I can't trade. But really, what you got to tell yourself is, have you done the hard work? Have you put in the time? Because technical analysis does work, guys. The key is you have to have a belief in a system and not in belief in that you're just so much better than everybody else.
Right.
If you think you're just so much better than everybody else, I promise you, the market will straighten you out.
Right. It's your system that's going to pull you through.
That's what it is. And so you have to learn that I'm not going to trade good because of just my all-out ability that I am just better than everybody else. I'm going to trade better than everybody because I only trade a system. And that's it. I come in every day with that same system, trying to make money. I stick to that risk and reward. If it's there, I make it. Like right now, I'm already considering what would be a winning day for me. A winning day for me today is losing 60, but making what? What should I make on my winning trade if I lost $60 on my other trade? Guys, if I want a
Minimum.
3-to-1 return.
Oh.
I want a 3-to-1 on my trades. I've been trying to work this to the results. And that's really what's been separating me with sizing, is that as bigger sizing you get, the more you have to stick to that risk and reward, because the losses are going to be bigger, but you need your wins to be that much bigger.
For sure.
So for right now, 60 times 3 is what, guys? I know there's somebody out there that knows some math.
I do. I mean, I could answer it, but I was going to let the chat do it if they want to.
There's a reason why. I want you guys to start learning how focused I am on that 3-to-1 results.
There you go,
3-to-1 results is what's important. If we attack the correct results on every trade that we take, we won't make it. But if we go and then we take that same plan that we start off with, and the results match the plan, match the strategy, guess what? You're going to start seeing some consistency in your results. And that's what you need to be a consistent, profitable trader. You need consistent results and a complete strategy that can put you into those consistent results.
Right, and there's a reason that Mitch and I always quiz each other on our risk and reward. There's a reason we're always like, hey, what's your risk? What's your reward? What you doing in this trade? There's a reason we do that, and it's because that's our system, and we understand our system. And we know that if it at least doesn't have a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio or better, then we're ignoring that trade, even if it looks pretty, And there's a reason we have to stick to those levels.
And John knows that I'll keep him to it, and he'll keep me to it. There's a reason why we put it out there and tell you guys our risk is this amount, because we don't want to be changing plans. And we want to teach you that changing plans is the worst thing you can do.
Right. That's where people screw up in trading is they change their plan after they're in the trade, and that's when they are the least objective about what's actually going on. You know, there's a reason you want to build your plan in that trade before you enter that trade, because once you're already in the trade, if you change your plan, you're not going to be objective about what's actually going on. You're going to be biased in your favor. You're going to want it to go in your favor, and so you're going to change your plan to fit what you want instead of what you actually see happening on the chart. And so there's a reason you're supposed to make your plan before you actually get into the trade, because if you don't, then, you know, if you try to change your plan after you're in the trade, like I said, you're going to be biased. You're not going to be objective. You're going to try to morph that chart to be what you want to see, and that's never going to work out for you. How do we calculate risk reward? We actually got a sample class on that, so I'll try to find it.
All right, so now you're getting what we call a short time bear trend. You got this bounce right here. This is that up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3. It shouldn't get back above 1210 in the short-term bear trend. So now we want to see it come back to this 1204 and hit some bigger volume so it can break down through that 12 pricing. Mr. Charts, man, what I could recommend for hesitation is move back to as small sizing as 1 share. I want you to trade with 1 share size for a whole week. You might pay $20 or $30 in commissions at the end of the week, but if you learn to trade, it's going to be worth it. You decide if you want to pay $20 or $30 to learn how to get over that hesitation.
But yeah, guys, there's a sample class. It's 45 minutes long. It's on calculating risk reward. We uploaded it a while back. It's just one of the classes we held on it that we uploaded to YouTube for free. And so you can go check that one out. It's 45 minutes long, and I think it has a lot of good info.
Exactly. Charts, you're dead on it. You have to go so small that you do not even care if it's a winner or a loser. And that's the way you should be trading. You're not trading to get realized profits. You're trading to stay to a system. Reward yourself when you stay to the system, and go run a mile when you don't trade your system. If you start doing that, if you start punishing yourself when you don't follow your system, you're going to start creating discipline. Discipline comes from hard work. Sometimes it might be running 3 miles because, hey, I'm not listening to myself.
Hey, brother, we'll do it for you, Todd. Just like sometimes I tell people, hey, yell at me if I do this or yell at me if I do that. We'll do it, bro.
Accountability partners is one of the best things that I suggest for you. Create a partner, have them hold your trades accountable, send your trades to them so that they can review and give you an honest opinion about your trading.
Yep. Also, guys, well, we got a quick second. If anybody's interested in using trade ideas, they're actually cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. They're actually cool enough to allow me to stream their scans every day. And their scanners definitely work. They make my morning super easy. They're super dynamic and customizable. And so if you want to check out trade ideas and help support the channel, go through that link. Like I said, they really make my morning easier. I can customize the scans through whatever strategy or stocks I'm watching. And they're super up to date, super dynamic scanners. So go check them out. I posted that link here as well.
All right, guys, watch how this bounces to 1208. Gets rejected here, knocks down. That's what we're trying to see on the volume so that we can see that smash down. Or right here, just volume coming in. You want to see someone jump in with, like, let's say 1,000 shares or higher. And the skies are gray.
If there's music playing, I gotta... Yeah.
It's all good. It's time to eat a donut.
Yeah, man. No, not yet, Tiny. I'm sorry. Listen, I'll do that today. Just remind me in the chat, Tiny. And I'll do that today. Sorry, it's been kind of hectic on my end. I think I talked about it before. I'm not gonna mention it on stream, but it's been kind of hectic with personal stuff, and so I'll try to get to that today, Tony. Today, though, I do have a free day. We actually don't have class today, and so I can do that. Plan to do that today. Oh, if you hear that noise, that's my chair. It's not what you think it is.
Come on, Jared. I thought you were hitting the ball.
No, man. Not in Texas, bro. You know. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna close the stream down here. I gotta make a video for it afterwards, and so let's see what SGMO does for Mitch. He's already scaled out of all but 200 shares, so I think Mitch, this will definitely be another green day for Mitch.
Without a doubt.
So for sure, nice trading today, brother. But yeah, that's
at least up 58.
Yep. Yeah, the markets have been a little bit slow, Sid, for sure, brother. The market's been slow. And so, yeah, guys, have a good day. Like I said, if you want to use my TradeNet link and sign up and use the same broker that we use, I'll post that one more time. It's currently on sale for $3.99, at least the intro packages. And there's the link right there, actually, from Nightbot. And so go check that out. You get a free month of our classes. You get a funded account with 14K in buying power. You get a month of their trading chat room, and you also get their trading course with our classes. And so go check that out. Also, guys, like I said, if anybody wants to check out our classes, Mitch and I just try to be the cheapest people around. We're the only people that are telling you we're not gurus, we're not experts, and we're also the only people that are streaming our trades live every single day. And so there's a reason we do that. But if you're interested in learning from us, you can go check this out here. Like I said, we have over 50 hours of content, so literal days of content in our library. And so here, let me pull this down. And we have actual days of classes in our library. And so, it's a lot of content for pretty cheap. Like I said, we just try to be the cheapest people around. We're not trying to be experts or gurus or anything like that. We just try to give traders a cheap option to really learn how to trade the market profitably. And you can see here, like I said, we have over 50 hours of content. Really, it's probably closer to 60. But you can see understanding triangles, VWAP strategies, back testing, trading support and resistance, understanding gaps, ranges, following the market, scaling. You can just see how many classes. And this is just one section. We also have, let me back out here. We also have trading psych, risk and reward. So if we go to the risk and reward section, you can see we got a ton of classes on that as well. We also have psychology, individual strategies, where we go over the individual strategies. And so if you look here, like I said, people hate on us, but we're the only people streaming it live every single day. And it even says here, remember, we are not gurus, cannot guarantee you'll make money in trading. Our goal is to offer members a cheap option instead of $1,000 courses. If you're a new trader looking to learn for cheap, we're happy to help. And that's really what we're all about here, guys. And so if you're interested in checking that out, I'll post the link. And it's a good way to help support the channel as well.
All right. SGMO got hit there, guys. 1208, 1207, 1,000 shares going through. Like I talked about, right in that rejection spot.
Looks good, brother.
Yep, looks great.
All right, guys. I'm going to play the promo video, and then we're going to get on out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow morning for our live stream again. And let me find our classes. Later, Connor. Have a good day, brother. All right, guys, I'm going to play this, and then we're going to get on out of here. So good luck, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, guys, have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow.